Hello everyone, today we, Hadija and Muhlisa, are going to show our first video project on Big Data Theory and Practice module. The following will be highlighted in upcoming minutes. Dataset description, the main purpose of the project and important questions. Next, database management and implementation using AWS and Power BI desktop. And finally, results and documentations will be provided. So, just to get started, we went to Chicago Open Data Portal and exported dataset as a CSV format. It ended up being 168 gigabytes. The dataset has 22 columns and 7,298 rows. The dataset includes reported incidents of crime from 2001 to March 20, 2021. Why this project? A huge amount of data is collected and stored annually on various types of crimes committed in different geographic locations. It is very important to analyze all those data to enable potential solutions and to predict similar patterns of incidents. Let us assume that the City of Chicago Police Department wants to understand crime statistics in order to deploy officers on the street and to prevent crime. To achieve our goal, we are trying to solve the following tasks in our project. Firstly, we want to know the trend of crime from year to year to find out if the security situation in the city is improving. Secondly, it is also important for us which time of the day is relatively safer and which period of time is more dangerous. Thirdly, since everyone knows that different types of crime have different levels of harm, we are interested in the ratio of different types of crimes. Next, key influencers to a specific type of crime in terms of the description of the place, description of the crime will be found, and trend of arrested and not arrested crimes will be identified.
So, how can big data be applied to prevent crime? In this project, we used the Hadoop ecosystem on AWS platform and Hive as the main working tool. Why Hive? The main reason for choosing Hive is because it is SQL interface running on Hadoop. It reduces the complexity of MapRedis framework. It helps to perform large-scale data analysis, and it's very easy to create and develop faster, scalable data warehouse frameworks. Before using HiveQL, there are some steps we implement on AWS platform. Firstly, you have to create a cluster. After that, a bucket is needed to be created and the file is uploaded into that bucket. Using gitpath here command line tool, we connect to the cluster and copy the file from S3 to a directory in the cluster. After copying the file, we create a table in Hive, insert the data from file to that table. Now we have a table with the data in Hive. Querying in a command line tool is not so interesting and beautiful. That's why there is a graphical user interface platform called Hue that we can easily query our data and gain beautiful outcomes. When it comes to crime, it is always interesting to know how many crimes are committed per year. To answer the question, a query is made using a table of crimes with the calculation of the number of crimes grouped by year. This chart gives overall image of crime, and we can see the result from this chart that the number of crimes decreased year by year. Again, one more interesting question appears that what type of crime is the most committed at the moment. Primary type and count of number of crimes are selected from the table by grouping the primary type. From 2001 to the present, more than 30 types of crimes have been committed in the Chicago, and among them, theft, battery, criminal damage, drugs, and attack are the 5 most committed types of the crimes. It is also clear from the charts that theft, battery, criminal damage, and drugs are more significant than other types of crime. Another question arises: are these 4 types at the highest level all the time? To answer the question, the dataset is divided into parts for comparison with each other from 2001 to 2005, from 2006 to 2010, and so on. The number of crimes was calculated by the group's main type of crime. If we look at the results in the table and chart, theft, battery, criminal damage are the most done crime types all the time. Meanwhile, narcotics goes down from 4th to 7th stage coming to 2016. Also the results have been positive over the past 5 years, the question arises, what is the reason that theft, criminal damage, and battery are still most perpetrated types of crime? Maybe there is really low punishment in the form of arrest, or the security is not so good in those places. Considering these problems, we will add some recommendations later to prevent more crimes in the future.
For making more visualizations and creating dashboards, we're gonna use Power BI Desktop. Power BI is a powerful data visualization tool. It is simple to download and use. Simple connection to datasets different formats. But it's slow to work with large-sized datasets. Data transformation or ETL process. During the ETL process, data is extracted from the data source, then transformed, validated, quality checked, and uploaded to data warehouse. The following steps have been applied in our case. Promoted headers, changed types, sorted rows, removed unnecessary columns, and added needed columns. Raw data is easy to visualize with Power BI. This is a dashboard which is very easy to understand to end user. For example, in the upper left corner, there is a bar chart showing the crimes by month. The chart on the right corner shows us which days of the week most crimes happen. On the top middle, the chart shows the yearly crime trend. One of the most important features is the map illustration, which enables to see the crime by location. By the way, on the left there is a selection list by primary type, and we can examine each type of crime by year, month, day, and location. The real power of Power BI is the ability to cross-filter datasets for gaining deeper insights in real time. As I mentioned, the dashboard can be easily changed to a particular type of crime, year, month, and day. For example, from primary type list, let us choose theft as it's the most commonly reported occurrence with 1.5 million cases. So here we created the dashboard for theft crime. The longer-term trend has been downward, as we see from the chart, with seasonal ups and downs. Key influencers analysis enabled us to identify that the theft is most likely to be $500 and under on average. As we see from the time chart, the largest number of theft incidents occurred at 12 p.m., 9 a.m., and 6 p.m. And the largest decrease in crime occurred just after midnight till 9 a.m. Despite the overall decrease in crime incidents, the dashboard illustrates that rape cases has increased sharply starting from 2018 with a total number of 2,800 reported cases. From the analysis, we can see that this type of incident, as well as many others, indicate the police to deploy more officers at midnight and to enhance security measures in the city.
To conclude the analysis and the result, we consider to find it appropriate that technological innovations have their own huge role in the crime world. More and more CCTV cameras should be used in the street, metal detectors in schools, and battery screening in airports. Security systems should be installed in most places and bulletproof telewindows at banks. By using Hadoop, one of the key techniques in Microsoft Power BI tool, from the big data world, we pre-processed the crime dataset of the city of Chicago and came up with the intermediate result we needed as an input for the final analysis. At this analysis stage, we draw the relationships between the occurrence of crimes and the main factors. Finally, we visualize the results. The results can be used to understand and guide real life.
This is a list of used materials during the implementation of the project. Thanks for watching us.